there's something we have to do.
Would that be the fine cheese review?
Fine cheese. What is this, France? No, it's the beer review, Josh.
Oh.
Beer, beer, beer. I'm going for a beer. Beer, beer, beer. I'm gonna drink some beer. I like drinking beer. Lovely, lovely beer. Beer.
Okay, Josh, what are we drinking this episode?
This episode, we're drinking Founders Dirty Bastard.
Yes, the Dirty Bastard from Founders. This is a potent beer, Josh.
Yes, it is. 8.5%.
8.5%. This beer does not mess around. It's a brown bottle, of course.
Of course. What else would it be?
The label's pretty interesting. We should touch on it a little bit. It's called Dirty Bastard, and the picture of the guy in the front of the bottle does look a little bit like a dirty bastard.
He kind of resembles what I would imagine the sailor from The Simpsons. You know who I'm talking about?
Mixed with Willie from The Simpsons, too.
Oh, yeah, like a Scottish salesman.
Yes, this is a Scottish brew, as they say. With St. Patrick's Day coming up, I tried to find this kind of maybe like an Irish brew. I couldn't really find anything that was not Guinness. You know, Guinness is how cliche can you get.
Well, true, but isn't it brewed in Grand Rapids, Michigan?
Founders?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Dirty Bastard is. Guinness is not, Josh. Come on now.
I was going to say, like, what's so Scottish about a Grand Rapids beer?
Very true. Well, they said it's a Scottish ale. Whatever.
I was going to say, if it's just the recipe, I too can go online and download a recipe and make Scottish whatever, but it's not the same.
Maybe we should have done that with an Irish beer.
That's it. We're going to pony up the cash and fly over to Ireland.
All right. But before that, let's get on with Dirty Bastard here. Here is Founder's own description of the Dirty Bastard. They say, so good, it's almost wrong. Dark ruby in color and brewed with 7 varieties of imported malts. Complex in finish with hints of smoke and peat, paired with a malty richness and a right hook of hop power to give it the bad attitude that a beer named Dirty Bastard has to live up to. This isn't for the wee lads.
Well, I can definitely assure our listeners and myself that this is definitely a beer that you need to take with caution. I kind of overdid it this time, and it really hits you fast with that 8.5, but it's so crisp.
It is. It smells almost like a IPA, but it's dark like it's almost dark like a stout. It's more of a brown, I would say, though.
Yeah, it's definitely more brown than a stout.
But when you drink it, it hits you with that hop taste, you know, like an IPA. But then it finishes like a brown beer. This is like a brown ale mixed with an IPA.
Well, for me, I get the bite of the IPAs, but I don't get that weird, slightly hoppy, skunky aftertaste.
Yeah, that an IPA will give you.
Yeah, totally.
So I got to say with that description, I'm kind of a fan of this. Let's take another swig here before I give a final decision. Whew.
Ooh, that's good.
You feel it. It's good. That's a beer though. That'll hit you.
Well, these are definitely ones for like a hot summer night's block party or on the beach or something. Just make sure you have nothing important to do later on, because then you're kind of screwed.
And that you're not driving afterwards. Definitely not driving after these.
Yeah, I would not recommend driving after any beverage of alcohol.
Well, yes. Fair point, Josh. Just extra not driving with this one, whatever that means. All right, Josh, the Dirty Bastard. It's a kind of an IPA mixed with the brown ale. They call it a Scottish ale. Thumbs up or thumbs down for you?
Well, I've had other Founders beers. This is not my first Founders. And for Founders, this is definitely not one of their best ones. But if you consider all of the craft beers out in the ring, this definitely stacks up above them. I'm going to go ahead and give this one a thumbs up. But I think Founders can do better.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, you know, Founders has quite a high standard to live up to of their own brews. They're probably the most well-known brewery in Michigan. So you're right. For Founders, probably not their best, but I definitely like this beer. If I don't plan on doing anything important for a night, I'm drinking more of the Dirty Bastards. So that's going to be a thumbs up for me too.
Mm-hmm.
Beer, beer, beer. I'm going for a beer. Beer, beer, beer. I'm gonna drink some beer. I like drinking beer.